Hi everybody, how are you all doing? I hope we're having a good week so far. So today is Thursday, the 6th of March 2014. I'm never going to get used to that. Okay, so we are back, episode 15. I know I said last week in my review it was episode 13, so I do apologise. It was actually episode 14 last week, but this week, episode 15, the title, the episode that has been billed probably the best episode so far, that makes the season 1 finale look like some sort of student sort of video or something, that, as Berlanti had described it, I believe. And they also build this episode as a sequel as such to The Odyssey from season 1, which was a brilliant episode if we all remember that one. And they weren't wrong. This episode, called The Promise, they definitely lived up to their promise with what they said about this episode. It was superb. From start to finish, it was just brutally intense. We pretty much pick up from last week's episode with Moira introducing Oliver to Slade Wilson, unbeknownst to him that he was in the house, and it was just pure shock horror for Oliver. He had no idea that Slade was still alive. It was just incredible, and you could see just the way that they are feeding off each other. Oliver wants to hit him, or he wants to kill him, but Slade is looking at him as if to say, try it, make your move and see what happens, just do it, I want you to, I dare you to. And you see at one point where he picks up like a little knife of some sort, Oliver, and almost stabs Slade with it, but then Slade catches him, just says, not yet, kid, I'm still to meet the rest of your family. It's like, oh my god. Theo walks in at that moment into the mansion, and it was just incredible. From that moment on, you just knew that Oliver was going to try his best to get Slade out of the house. This episode was probably, I would say, a good 75% of it was all based on the island, which was very good. It was really good to have that well laid out sort of presentation, as I would like to call it. So we're back on the island. Oliver, Sarah and Slade are all trying to get back onto the boat, kill Ivo, and basically try and get off the island for once and for all. Sarah's obviously still worried that because Ivo shot Shadow, based on the fact that Oliver chose Sarah over Shadow, that should Anthony Ivo tell Slade the real reason why Shadow was killed, Oliver's in big trouble. And she was getting worried. She was very scared for Oliver, and she's basically telling Oliver, you'll have to kill Slade. Not Slade, Ivo. You'll have to kill him before he, tells Slade the truth. But we all know that Oliver's been trying, and he wanted to tell Slade the truth of what happened. Sarah wouldn't let him, because Sarah knows with the Mirakuru inside Slade, he's unstable, he's unpredictable, he's pretty much now a killing machine. It's just not right for Oliver to tell him what really happened. Two things happened in this episode. One, the birth of the Hood, and two, the rise of Deathstroke, as Guggenheim, I believe, was the one who said that on Twitter last night, and it was just absolutely amazing. It was just brilliant. As I say, on the boat, they come up with a plan, and it was a well laid plan. It worked because Sarah knows how Ivo works. He uses a truth serum, but she made some sort of concoction that counteracts the truth serum. So whilst we thought Oliver was actually telling Ivo the truth, turns out he wasn't. So that was a really well played out plan right there. Then we find remember our little friend from the Bratva, who obviously helped out Oliver. Oliver did say he was going to come back for him, only to find that Oliver was locked up next to his cell. And he's like, oh good, we're saved. Fantastic, thank you. So that was pretty good. There was another guy in the cell as well, who, for me, he was like a priest type guy. But he had a little friend with him, a little friend in the form of a little mouse. And part of me was thinking, is this the Pied Piper? Because there's rumours that he's going to appear, hopefully when the show gets a series order, in the Flash. So I was just like, is that the Pied Piper? You know, is that really him? Could it be him? But it wasn't. So I was just wishful thinking on my part. So never mind. What else have we got? Yeah. So you know, back in the mansion, Oliver eventually gets word out to Felicity and the rest of the guys of what was going on in the house, and it was only until Sarah heard Slade's voice, because when Felicity put the phone on speaker, that's when Sarah could hear Slade's voice and then realised what was going on. So all of them, apart from Felicity, bless her, Roy, Sarah, Diggle, they all go to the mansion to basically try and save Oliver, Thea and Moira, and it just about works out. Just about. Roy has a handshake with Slade. You even hear Slade remark, "That's a pretty firm handshake you've got there." You see the battle of the wits and the battle of strength between those two, because obviously Roy's got the Mirakuru in him as well. So and he just wants to hit something. He really wants to hit something. It's just unbelievable. He's got that roid rage inside of him. He just wants to unleash it. And who better to go up against than, you know, Deathstroke? Although he's got to be very careful. Sarah also appears in the mansion, to the surprise, obviously, of Slade, because he also thought that she was dead. So imagine his surprise when she comes down the stairs. He's like, holy fuck, oh, okay, right, so this is interesting. A nice little reunion has occurred. Oliver, Slade and Sarah, not realising, obviously, Moira and Thea are both there as well, have no clue of what's going on. Moira is still pissed off with Oliver because of the way that he has behaved since he entered the mansion, knowing that Slade is now there. She was not very pleased, because when eventually Slade leaves, Moira basically said to Oliver, you know, if you're going to continue to be like this, there's no point in you coming round to the house ever again. So she gave him that ultimatum. And Oliver did bring it on himself at the end of the day. He did bring it on himself. You know, obviously we know what's happened with Moira and Malcolm. Oliver's not happy about it, and as far as he's concerned, he and his mother don't know each other. So she's thrown it back in his face, you know, and he did bring it on himself, so in some sense he deserves that. What else? Back on the island, when they eventually get on the boat, we find out what their plan was. The unique thing was when Slade eventually found out the truth, because Oliver was ready to kill Ivo. Ivo had revealed everything to Oliver while Slade was hanging in the background. and that's when he just lost it. He completely lost it. To the point of where, as Oliver was actually trying to escape from the boat with Sarah and the Russian guy and also our preacher friend, as he was going over the boat, Slade grabs him by the ankle, and then throws him back over. I just could not believe it. An epic foot grab like that, and flings him over like he was just a stick. It was just unbelievable. I was like, yeah, I don't think you're going to escape from this one very easily. Then Slade becomes captain of the ship, which was pretty awesome. He punishes Ivo very, very severely. How Ivo's going to survive that is going to be interesting. And the promise that he made to Oliver was that he was going to make everyone that he loves suffer. And well, he did say in present day that he's here to fulfill the promise. And oh my god, I cannot wait to see what happens next. We've got the Suicide Squad episode, which is episode 16. In 2 weeks' time, unfortunately, we've got a week off. Oh my god, the show's just come back. I hate these hiatuses. But yeah, a week off next week, so it's back in 2 weeks' time. We've got Suicide Squad, we've got Deadshot, Shrapnel, Bronze Tiger, Amanda Waller. They're all going after Deathstroke. And apparently there was a shot, I still haven't found this, but some people have really got a serious good eye. There was a shot of a blonde woman. Okay, we can only see the back of this blonde woman, wearing the yellow overalls of, like, you know, the Task Force X people. She had her hair in pigtails, like you know, 2 ponytails either side, and everybody's thinking, Harley Quinn? Who knows? We have not heard anything. It might be her. There's not been any mention. So it'll be surprising, is all I'm going to say. It will be surprising. And I believe in some variation of the comics or cartoons, Harley has, you know, worked with the Suicide Squad. So we'll see. We'll see. If you saw the epic 3-minute trailer that Stephen Amell released earlier this week, we have got some serious tasty stuff coming up. When Roy giving Slade a big punch in the face, and Slade just sort of brushes it off like it was nothing, and then all 4 of them, say all 4 of them, or all 3 of them, Oliver, Roy, and Sarah, all standing around him. Slade standing there going, "What are you going to do? Kill me?" I'm just like, oh dear. And then he suits up. Oh my god. I'm just fanning myself here, people. And the response that has been for this show has been amazing. Every single episode has not disappointed so far in season 2. It has been fantastic. So keep up the good work, guys, because you are doing an awesome job. I cannot wait to see what Suicide Squad has to offer. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking for the eventual face-off between Oliver and Slade. Oh my days, it's going to be interesting. But obviously the ending of the episode was just, oh my god. Did you guys see what Slade was up to? Did you see it? This is why Deathstroke is, you know, known as the Terminator, and this is why he uses 90% of his brain capacity. He is 5, 10, 15, 20 steps ahead of you. Just when you think you've got the better of Deathstroke, he will surprise you. He will surprise you. Diggle was supposed to put a bullet in Slade's head, but Diggle got knocked out. We don't know who by, but obviously Slade has his people. He has his team. He knows what's going on. But what he did during the tour of the mansion and what we saw at the end of the episode, that was just, oh my god, dearie me, unbelievable, unbelievable. So anyway, yeah. Thank you all very much for watching. See you all very soon. Bye.